Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Alan Shearer is stunned by William Saliba. Alan Shearer has named Arsenal defender William Saliba in his latest Premier League Team of the Week. The 21-year-old has been an absolute revelation for Mikel Arteta's Gunners this season. Saliba joined Arsenal all the way back in 2019 but had to wait 3 years to make his club debut. In that time, the Frenchman took in 3 loan spells, all in his home country. For a while, Arsenal fans were questioning Arteta's reluctance to make use of Saliba at the Emirates Stadium, but it proved the right call as the youngster developed into the player he is today. Saliba is now one of the first names on Arteta's team sheet, starting every Premier League game for Arsenal this term. His efforts have helped the Gunners go top of the league table and qualify for the Europa League knockouts, and on Sunday, Saliba was once again a colossus at the back as Arsenal ran out 5-0 winners over Nottingham Forest. The £40,000 a week ace was one of 3 Gunners players in Shearer's Premier League Team of the Week. Having a great season and put in another composed performance, the Newcastle legend wrote in the official Premier League website. Thomas Partey and Bukayo Saka also made it into Shearer's starting 11. Saliba only has 1 year left on his Arsenal contract with an option to extend for a further 12 months. However, the Gunners are reportedly working to extend his stay at the Emirates Stadium, and according to The Athletic's David Ornstein, there has been a development on that front. Ornstein took to Twitter to write, Arsenal now in formal contract talks with William Saliba, offer made to 21-year-old, no agreement yet, but negotiations ongoing as Arsenal seek to secure long-term future of a France international. Liam Brady says Arsenal have a truly phenomenal talent in their ranks. Arsenal legend Liam Brady has spoken highly of Gunners star Gabriel Jesus on the stand with Eamon Dunphy. The Arsenal striker has been a revelation for Mikel Arteta's side since arriving in the summer. Jesus hit the ground running at the Emirates Stadium with 5 goals and 7 assists so far for Arsenal this season. While he hasn't scored in any of his last 7 games, the Brazilian has still been contributing plentifully to the cause. Against Nottingham Forest, Jesus weighed in with 2 assists for Arsenal en route to a 5-0 victory at the Emirates. Brady isn't just impressed with the 25-year-old's talent and displays, but also his attitude and work rate. He believes that Jesus is setting an example for his teammates to follow. He went on to say, I think Jesus has been really important. He is really enthusiastic and he chases down the defenders and things like that. I think everyone is taking the lead off of him. His work rate is phenomenal. He is back in the defense and back in the midfield. He could have had 2 goals against Forest, but he is out of luck at the moment. People are taking the lead off of him because of his work rate for the team. He is a leader on the pitch and he's been a massive signing for Arsenal. Reiss Nelson insists that he really doesn't want to leave Arsenal. Reiss Nelson has said he wants to push on and secure a new contract at Arsenal after his weekend masterclass against Nottingham Forest. Bukayo Saka went off injured in the first half of that game, but it handed Nelson an opportunity to impress and he took it with both hands. He netted twice and secured an assist in the 5-0 victory, which could be a springboard to rejuvenate his career at the Emirates Stadium. Nelson told the Evening Standard that is exactly what he is hoping to do with his contract entering its final months as it stands. He said, I have never doubted myself at this football club. Arsenal is a team that I have been at since I was 8 years old and I have a very, very strong bond and love for the club. Of course, there has been times where I have been a bit down when I haven't played or been on the bench, but my plan has never been for me to leave the club or say that I have no future here, and I will do everything possible to get there. I only have some months left on my contract, but at this moment of time, getting a new deal, of course, that would be amazing, and I would love to commit to the club, but I am just really focused on doing everything I can possible just to do the right stuff, and if I get to play for the team to do well, of course, it's hard coming in for 5 to 10 minutes, and of course I would love to play much longer, but any opportunity I get I am going to try and take and just do my very best and just keep helping the team really. Nelson got his first Arsenal start of the season on away against Bodo Glimt last month. But his failure to impress led to this writer claiming he may have moved closer to the Arsenal exit door in January, but that forest display may mean that claim is wide of the mark, and it remains to be seen whether Nelson will sign a new Gunners deal. Arsenal midfielder Fabio Vieira says he is similar to Lionel Messi. Arsenal star Fabio Vieira hailed the influence of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo on his career and went on to claim that he is similar to the PSG superstar. Vieira joined the Gunners from Porto for £34 million in the summer. Mikel Arteta and Edu were keen to sign him, and they surprised everyone by wrapping up a deal very quickly. Now Vieira is hoping to become a star at Arsenal. Vieira was one of Porto's most important players during his time there. He was brilliant then, and everyone believed he was destined to play for the Portuguese national team one day. One of the players he looks up to, unsurprisingly, is his country's biggest star, Ronaldo. Vieira has met the Manchester United man who he claims always provides support and gives advice to young players like him. Vieira told Arsenal's official website, "The two biggest influences for me are Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Ronaldo, not because he is Portuguese, but he is really someone who really inspires others with his work ethic, how he had to leave his family and his comfort zone to sign for Sporting, and for him to build the career that he has built inspires everyone. I have met Ronaldo. I met him with the national team as we would both be at the gym, and again recently in our game at Manchester United. He would always provide support and give advice to young players. Messi is more to do with my style of play. I am similar to Messi and I appreciate the way that he plays." Both Messi and Vieira are left-footed and have great vision. However, the Arsenal new boy still has a long way to go before he is anywhere near the level of the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner. Vieira has only started one game for Arsenal in the Premier League so far. He is Martin Odegaard's understudy in that number 10 role, but he has shown flashes of brilliance every time he has come on. The 22-year-old definitely has the skill to become a top player for the Gunners in a few years' time. Whether he will remind Arsenal fans of Messi when he plays remains to be seen. Auston Trusty tipped to challenge for Arsenal first team after World Cup. Birmingham boss John Eustace has tipped Auston Trusty to challenge for a first-team role at Arsenal, insisting that he deserves his World Cup place. The Gunners signed the defender early in 2022, whilst initially agreeing that he would stay with his former side on loan until the end of the term. He has since arrived in the UK and sent out on another loan spell, this time with Birmingham in the Championship, where he has been a huge hit. His current manager now claims that he deserves a chance to challenge for a role within our first team. Eustace is quoted as saying by HITC, "He is going to be a top player. He is going to go back to Arsenal and hopefully push for that first team spot. He deserves to be going to the World Cup. His performances for us have been exceptional and they are only going to get better." Our defense isn't currently an area we have much to worry about, but knowing we have another potential star set to return to the club to challenge for a role is an exciting prospect. Whether he could challenge for a role in our current side is a jump at present, however, but if he continues as he is, he deserves his chance. Facundo Torres very keen to join Arsenal, meeting this weekend. Edu is set to meet with the representatives of Facundo Torres this weekend, with Goal reporting that Uruguay international is now very keen to join Arsenal. Torres has emerged onto the Gunners' radar after a superb season with Orlando City. Goal reports that he cost the Major League Soccer side around £7.8 million, and he has vindicated that spend. He scored 13 goals and contributed 10 assists in 40 games in all competitions this past season. Goal reports that Arsenal have been monitoring Torres ever since coming up against him in pre-season. He scored that day, and the situation may now be coming to a head. Scout Tony Lima has set up a meeting between Edu and Torres representatives this coming weekend. Talks at a very early stage, but Torres is very keen to make the move to the Emirates. Arsenal are reportedly looking for cover for Bukayo Saka on the right wing. Obviously, the England international has been absolutely vital for Mikel Arteta's side for several years now. The Gunners were handed a scare at the weekend. Saka came off during the early stages of the 5-0 win over Nottingham Forest. Reiss Nelson produced a stunning performance off the bench, but he still has a lot to prove, having had a difficult time over the last year or so. Torres is an amazing talent and he looks to be ready to take that next step after only 1 year in MLS. He can play on either wing and he is already in double figures for caps for Uruguay. He will have time to adapt should he make the switch to North London. Edu and Arteta are not necessarily looking for someone who can hold down a regular spot in the first team just yet. A signing or two in January could make a massive difference, with Arsenal looking to be off course for a special season. Perhaps we will soon learn whether a move for Torres is indeed on the cards or not. Chelsea and Arsenal transfer target yet to agree a new deal, which expires at the end of the season. Chelsea and Arsenal transfer target Wilfried Zaha is yet to agree a new deal with the Crystal Palace and could leave in January. Zaha is set to be out of contract at the end of the season, meaning he is able to sign a pre-contract agreement with a European club in January. The Ivorian has spent the majority of his career with the Crystal Palace, barring a short spell with Manchester United. Zaha could be looking to test himself once again with a bigger club, and according to the Daily Mail, both Arsenal and Chelsea are interested in signing the winger. The report claims that Palace and Zaha are yet to reach an agreement over a new deal, with the club offering around £130,000 a week to try to keep him. Due to his age, interested clubs may be reluctant to pay what Palace would demand for him, so Zaha may see out his contract to make finding a new club a little easier. Zaha has performed exceptionally for Palace over the years, so you feel like he deserves another chance at playing for a bigger club, possibly in the Champions League. Edu and Arsenal told £88 million will get Seria A deal done and dusted. Arsenal have reportedly been told that they will have to pay close to £90 million to secure a deal for Napoli star Victor Osimhan. The talented frontman has hit 4 goals in 8 appearances this season, and that has led to more speculation that he could be on the move in the coming windows. It's no secret that Arsenal are still in need of adding another striker to the attack, and were heavily linked with a move for Osimhan in the summer, but failed to make a move as they did not want to pay his massive £70 million asking price. However, there is no doubt that Mikel Arteta still wants to add to his attack in the coming transfer windows, and many media outlets believe that they could reignite their interest in Osimhan. However, if you believe the report on the Daily Star website, Napoli will demand a fee of £88 million for their star man and will not let him depart the club for anything else. The agent of Osimhan recently reacted to all the latest rumors surrounding his talented client. Roberto Calenda has told Radio Kiss Kiss of the speculation that his client continues to generate. We haven't found out now that Osimhan is the subject of interest from so many teams, but things are done in 3: who sells, who buys, and the player. I was immediately clear this summer because I knew there would be a lot of news coming out from those who had other interests perhaps, but I, the boy, and Napoli had very clear ideas. Whoever talked about a departure made a mistake. It was Victor's will to stay at Napoli and play the Champions League that he won entry to last year together with his teammates. Victor wanted exactly that, to have a great year with Napoli between the league and the Champions League. He has a long contract with the Azzurri. The market is dynamic, but our will is to continue at Napoli and continue to do well. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.